Welcome back, coin collectors and enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of British coinage, exploring the top 5 most valuable United Kingdom coins. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual hobbyist, this guide will highlight coins from various denominations: the 1/2 penny, 5 pence, 6 pence, 1 penny, and 20 pence across different years, mint marks, and conditions. These coins aren't just money, they are windows into history, and their value has grown tremendously in the collector's market. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom new 1/2 penny, dated 1976, examined specifically in fine condition. At first glance, this coin may seem ordinary, as it was part of everyday pocket change for millions of people. However, when we look closer at its historical context, design details, condition-based rarity, and performance in the collector and auction market, we begin to understand why even a modest coin like this still attracts interest today. In this video, we will explore its background, unique features, collector demand even in damaged condition, and its current market value in US dollars, along with practical tips for collectors. The new 1/2 penny was introduced as part of the United Kingdom's major currency reform known as decimalisation, which officially took effect on February 15, 1971. This reform replaced the old pounds, shillings, and pence system with a simpler decimal system based on 100 new pence to the pound. The 1/2 penny denomination was created to ease the transition, especially for pricing small everyday goods. The 1976 issue was struck during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a period marked by economic challenges such as inflation, changing global markets, and social transformation in Britain. Although large numbers were minted, many coins were heavily circulated, used daily, and later withdrawn from use, giving surviving examples a story tied closely to everyday British life in the 1970s. The 1976 new 1/2 penny is made of bronze, giving it a warm brown tone that collectors often look for in well-preserved examples. On the obverse, the coin features the Arnold Machin portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, surrounded by the Latin inscription identifying her as Queen. The reverse displays the iconic portcullis with chains, a powerful symbol of British authority and parliamentary tradition. The date 1976 appears clearly beneath the design. In fine condition, the major design elements remain sharp, with visible chain links, strong lettering, and moderate wear only on the highest points. These details are important, as bronze coins are especially vulnerable to corrosion, discoloration, and surface damage over time. From a purely mintage perspective, the 1976 new 1/2 penny is not considered rare, as millions were produced. However, rarity in numismatics is not defined by mintage alone. Condition plays a crucial role. Many surviving examples are heavily worn, scratched, bent, or affected by environmental damage such as corrosion or spotting. Interestingly, even damaged or circulated examples still attract beginner collectors, bulk buyers, and educational collections focused on decimal-era coinage. Coins with unusual damage, striking errors, or dramatic discoloration can sometimes generate niche interest. While damaged coins are worth far less than fine or uncirculated examples, they still maintain a baseline demand due to their historical role and recognizable design. In today's collector and auction market, the value of a 1976 new 1/2 penny varies greatly depending on condition. In damaged or heavily circulated condition, these coins typically sell for around $433,000, often in bulk lots. In fine condition, where details are clear and wear is moderate but honest, market prices usually range between $221,000. Coins graded higher, such as extremely fine or uncirculated, can fetch $314,000, and occasionally more if professionally graded or sold in specialized auctions. While these figures may seem modest, they reflect stable and consistent demand rather than speculative hype, making the coin a reliable entry-level collectible. For collectors interested in the 1976 new 1/2 penny, condition assessment is key. Look for coins with even color, minimal corrosion, and readable inscriptions. Avoid cleaning bronze coins, as improper cleaning can permanently reduce their value. Storing the coin in a dry, temperature-stable environment using coin flips or capsules will help preserve its surface. Beginners may find it worthwhile to collect multiple examples to compare wear levels and develop grading skills. For more advanced collectors, pairing the 1976 issue with other decimal-era coins can create a meaningful historical set that documents Britain's transition into modern currency. In conclusion, the United Kingdom new 1/2 penny of 1976 in fine condition may not be a headline-making rarity, but it holds undeniable historical and educational value. Its connection to decimalisation, its classic British design, and its accessibility make it an appealing coin for collectors at all levels. Whether you encounter it in a mixed lot, an old collection, or an online auction, this humble bronze coin serves as a reminder that numismatics is not only about high prices, but also about history, design, and the stories carried by everyday objects. Next up, the United Kingdom 5 pence coin dated 1991, focusing specifically on examples found in circulated condition. At first glance, the 5p coin is one of the most familiar denominations in the UK, often overlooked because of its small size and everyday use. However, when examined through a collector's lens, even a common circulated coin can reveal interesting insights into British monetary history, collector demand, and its modest but real presence in the auction market, especially when values are converted into US dollars for international collectors. The 5 pence coin has been a key part of British decimal currency since its introduction in 1968, initially matching the size of the pre-decimal shilling. In 1990, the Royal Mint introduced a smaller 5 pence coin, and 1991 became one of the early years of production for this reduced size design. This change reflected modern economic needs, rising metal costs, and public convenience. The 1991 5 pence was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a time when the UK was adapting to rapid technological and economic shifts. These coins entered heavy circulation almost immediately, being used daily in shops, transport, and vending machines across the country. The 1991 5 pence coin is composed of cupronickel, giving it a silvery appearance and durability suitable for frequent handling. The obverse features the Raphael Makhlouf portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, crowned and facing right, with a dignified and formal style that defined UK coinage of the era. The reverse displays the badge of Scotland, featuring a crowned thistle within a decorative frame, symbolising national heritage and unity within the United Kingdom. In circulated condition, these coins typically show smoothened high points, light scratches, and softened lettering, yet the core design remains easily recognisable. From a mintage standpoint, the 1991 5 pence coin is not rare, as millions were produced for general circulation. However, rarity in the collector market is strongly influenced by condition and survivability. Most 1991 examples show clear signs of wear due to years of circulation, making higher-grade pieces less common than one might expect. Even damaged or heavily circulated coins maintain some level of collector demand, especially among beginners, date collectors, and those assembling complete decimal sets. Coins with unusual wear patterns, minting errors, or extreme circulation damage can attract niche interest, though they are typically valued more for curiosity than investment. In today's market, the value of a 1991 5 pence coin in circulated condition is generally modest. Most examples sell for approximately $433,000, depending on eye appeal and degree of wear. Heavily damaged coins often trade at the lower end of this range or in bulk lots. Well-preserved circulated examples, those with strong details and minimal surface damage, may occasionally reach $114,000, particularly when sold individually online. Uncirculated or professionally graded specimens can command higher prices, but circulated coins remain affordable and accessible to a wide range of collectors. For collectors interested in the 1991 5 pence, attention to detail is essential. Examine the coin under good lighting to check for excessive scratches, edge damage, or corrosion. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this can strip away original surfaces and reduce its collector appeal. Proper storage in coin holders or albums will help preserve its condition over time. Building a date set of 5 pence coins from the early years of the smaller design can add historical depth and structure to a collection. While individual values may be low, the educational and historical value remains significant. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 5 pence coin from 1991 in circulated condition may not be a standout rarity, but it represents an important chapter in modern British coinage. Its role in the transition to smaller decimal coins, its classic design, and its continued presence in collector markets give it lasting relevance. Though its auction value in dollars is modest, this coin serves as a reminder that collecting is not only about high prices, but also about preserving everyday history. Next up, the United Kingdom 6 pence dated 1962, examined specifically in rusty and damaged condition. Often remembered fondly as the tanner, the sixpence was once an essential part of everyday life in Britain. Even when found in poor or rusty condition, this coin still carries historical significance and a surprising level of collector interest. In this video, we will take a detailed look at its background, design features, rarity and damaged condition, and its current auction market value expressed in US dollars. The sixpence has a long and distinguished history in British coinage, dating back centuries. By 1962, the sixpence was part of the pre-decimal currency system, where 12 pence made 1 shilling and 20 shillings made 1 pound. The 1962 issue was struck during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, at a time when Britain was gradually moving toward modernisation, though decimalisation was still nearly a decade away. Sixpence coins were widely used in daily transactions, from small purchases to traditional customs such as placing a sixpence in Christmas puddings or wedding shoes for good luck. Because of this heavy usage, many examples from 1962 experienced significant wear before being withdrawn from circulation. The 1962 sixpence is composed of cupronickel, a durable alloy that replaced earlier silver content in 1947. Despite this, many coins today appear discolored, darkened, or even described as rusty, usually due to long-term exposure to moisture, dirt, or improper storage rather than true rust. The obverse features the youthful Mary Gillick portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, with a clean and elegant style admired by collectors. The reverse displays the classic interlinked floral emblems, the rose, thistle, shamrock, and leek, representing England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. In damaged or rusty condition, these details may be partially obscured, but the overall design often remains identifiable. In terms of mintage, the 1962 sixpence is not rare, as millions were produced to meet everyday demand. However, true rarity emerges when collectors focus on condition and survival. Most surviving examples are heavily circulated, scratched, or environmentally damaged. Coins described as rusty or corroded are common, yet they still hold a place in the market. Collector demand for damaged sixpence coins often comes from beginner collectors, educational collections, and those completing date runs of pre-decimal coinage. Additionally, coins with unusually severe corrosion, long-term burial damage, or distinctive discoloration sometimes attract curiosity-driven interest, even if their monetary value remains low. When it comes to auction and resale value, a 1962 sixpence in rusty or heavily damaged condition generally falls into the lower price range. Most examples sell for approximately $431,000, particularly when offered individually online. Extremely worn or unattractive pieces may sell for even less, especially in bulk lots. Better-looking circulated examples without corrosion can reach $316,000, while uncirculated or high-grade coins command significantly higher prices. Rusty condition greatly limits investment potential, but it does not erase the coin's historical or collectible appeal. Collectors handling a rusty or corroded sixpence should resist the temptation to clean it aggressively. Harsh cleaning can permanently damage the surface and reduce what little value the coin retains. Instead, focus on proper storage using dry, protective holders to prevent further deterioration. For those building a collection, a rusty example can still serve as a placeholder until a better specimen is found. Learning to identify degrees of corrosion and wear is an important skill, and damaged coins provide valuable hands-on experience. Collecting sixpence coins by year or monarch can also add structure and historical depth to a collection. In conclusion, the United Kingdom's sixpence of 1962 in rusty condition may not be a high-value rarity, but it remains a meaningful artifact from Britain's pre-decimal era. Its familiar design, deep cultural associations, and continued presence in the collector market ensure that it still holds interest today. While its auction value in dollars is modest, its historical significance far outweighs its price tag. Coins like this remind us that numismatics is about preserving everyday history, not just chasing expensive rarity. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 penny from 1983 in bad condition. While this coin may not immediately catch the eye due to wear and tear, it holds a unique place in the hearts of collectors and numismatists. Many people overlook coins that show significant signs of circulation, assuming they are worthless. However, even coins in poor condition can tell stories about history, production, and economy, and some can surprisingly hold value on the auction market. In this video, we will explore the history, unique features, collector demand, and current market value of the 1983 1 penny, along with tips for collectors looking to spot hidden gems. The United Kingdom 1 penny coin has a long and storied history, and the 1983 issue is no exception. By the early 1980s, the British coinage system had undergone significant changes, including decimalisation in 1971, which transitioned the country from pounds, shillings, and pence to a system of pounds and pence. The 1983 penny was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, featuring her portrait on the obverse. These coins were struck at the Royal Mint, which had a long-standing reputation for high-quality minting. The reverse side showcased the classic design of a crowned portcullis with chains, a motif deeply rooted in British heraldry and symbolism. Despite being a common circulation coin, the 1983 penny carries historical significance as it reflects the era's economic conditions, coinage technology, and public usage patterns. At first glance, the 1983 1 penny may appear similar to other pennies of the period, but there are specific features that collectors examine. The obverse features Queen Elizabeth II wearing the second portrait designed by Arnold Machin, a design used from 1968 to 1984. The reverse portcullis design by William Wyon is iconic and highly recognizable, representing the strength and stability of the British Parliament. Even in bad condition, these design elements remain partially visible, and subtle variations, such as minor die cracks or variations in the edge, can sometimes make a coin more interesting to specialists. Additionally, the copper-plated steel composition, introduced in the early 1980s, marked a shift from the traditional bronze composition used in earlier pennies, adding another layer of historical relevance. While it may seem counterintuitive, even pennies in poor or bad condition can attract collector interest. The 1983 penny is generally abundant, but certain conditions can affect its scarcity and desirability. Coins that have been heavily circulated or show significant wear are typically less valued than uncirculated specimens. However, in some cases, coins with unusual damage, striking errors, or post-mint alterations can be of particular interest. For instance, a badly worn 1983 penny with a misaligned strike, double die, or other production anomalies may be considered rare despite its overall condition. Collectors of low-grade coins often appreciate the story a heavily circulated coin tells about daily life and economic circulation in the 1980s, making even bad-condition pennies a part of specialized collections. The market value of the 1983 UK 1 penny in bad condition is modest but notable for collectors seeking affordable entries into British coinage. On average, a heavily circulated or damaged 1983 penny may sell for around $416,000, depending on the exact level of wear and any minor anomalies present. Coins with significant historical provenance, unique errors, or extremely unusual wear patterns can fetch higher prices at auction, sometimes reaching up to $2 or more for highly specialized collectors. Compared to pristine, uncirculated specimens, which can sell for $121,000 or higher, the bad-condition coins remain accessible to new collectors and those looking to complete large collections without breaking the bank. Online auction sites, coin fairs, and specialized numismatic shops are ideal places to gauge current market trends and prices. If you are a collector interested in the 1983 1 penny or similar coins, there are several tips to keep in mind. First, always examine the coin closely for unusual features such as die errors, scratches that may indicate minting flaws, or off-center strikes. These can increase a coin's desirability, even if the overall condition is poor. Second, consider the coin's provenance. Coins with a known history or interesting background can be more valuable. Third, store your coins carefully, even if they are in bad condition, to prevent further deterioration. Simple coin holders or acid-free albums can help preserve the coin's features. Finally, research auction results and collector forums to stay informed about market trends, as values can fluctuate depending on collector interest and rarity perception. The United Kingdom 1 penny from 1983, even in bad condition, holds a unique place in numismatic history. Its design, historical context, and potential for collectible anomalies make it more than just a small piece of copper-plated steel. It is a tangible piece of British heritage. While its monetary value in damaged condition may seem modest, its appeal to collectors lies in its story and potential rarity. By understanding the coin's history, examining its features carefully, and keeping an eye on market trends, collectors can make informed decisions and perhaps uncover hidden treasures in coins that others might overlook. Next up, the United Kingdom 20 pence coin from 1983, particularly focusing on those in dirty or heavily circulated condition. While many collectors prefer coins in pristine condition, today's video will explore why even a worn or dirty 1983 20 pence holds significant interest among collectors, the factors that influence its rarity, and how much you might expect to see it valued at in today's auction market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your coin journey, this video will give you a comprehensive look at one of the UK's intriguing modern coins. The United Kingdom 20 pence coin was first introduced in 1982 as part of the decimalisation of the British currency system, which had begun in 1971. The introduction of this coin was a step in replacing pre-decimal denominations with a decimal structure, making everyday transactions simpler and more standardised. The 1983 issue was only the second year of minting for the coin, making it an early example of this relatively modern denomination. The coin was designed by the Royal Mint and featured a crown Tudor rose on the reverse, a design element created by Christopher Ironside. The obverse, of course, carried the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, as it did on most contemporary British coinage. While the 20p coin was relatively common in circulation, early years like 1983 are especially interesting because they were minted in smaller quantities compared to coins from later years when production ramped up significantly. The 1983 20 pence is notable for several reasons. Firstly, it is one of the early examples of the coin's distinctive heptagonal shape, which was a design choice meant to help people easily distinguish the coin from other denominations by touch. This shape, combined with its relatively low mintage in the early 1980s, makes it a point of interest for collectors. The 1983 coin is composed of cupronickel, giving it a silvery appearance that can age or tarnish in unique ways depending on how it was stored or circulated. Coins in dirty condition often show a natural patina or darkening from years of handling, which, while decreasing the coin's grade, can still provide a unique aesthetic appeal. Certain collectors appreciate these character coins because they tell a story of everyday life and circulation. You might be wondering, why would anyone care about a dirty or worn coin? Surprisingly, even 20p coins from 1983 in poor condition can attract collector interest. The key here is the coin's age and its place in the early years of 20p minting. Coins from the first few years often had lower mintages than later decades, which means that even circulated examples are relatively scarce compared to modern issues. Dirty or heavily circulated coins can sometimes reveal die variations or minting errors that might not be as noticeable on pristine examples. For instance, minor doubling of the date or irregularities in the rose design can increase collector interest. While the demand isn't as high as for uncirculated or proof coins, there is a niche market of collectors who specialize in early 20p coins in all conditions, including worn or dirty specimens. When it comes to auction values, condition plays a significant role. A 1983 20p in fine or uncirculated condition can fetch anywhere from $321,000, depending on the dealer or auction. However, coins in dirty or heavily circulated condition are valued lower, typically between $114,000 for standard examples. That said, if a dirty coin exhibits a rare minting anomaly or an unusual patina, the price can increase substantially, sometimes reaching $20 or more in a specialized auction. It's important to remember that auction prices fluctuate based on collector interest, the specific coin's features, and even trends in the numismatic market. Websites like eBay and specialized coin auction houses often provide real-time insights into what buyers are willing to pay for both common and unique 1983 20p coins. For collectors interested in the 1983 20p, there are a few key tips to keep in mind. Firstly, always inspect the coin closely for any unusual features, such as die errors, off-center strikes, or variations in the rose design. Even in dirty condition, these anomalies can dramatically increase value. Consider the coin's provenance. Coins that have been stored in circulation for decades may show wear, but their history adds character and can be appealing to certain collectors. If possible, document where and how you acquired the coin, but don't be afraid to clean a coin incorrectly. Many collectors believe in preserving the original patina, as cleaning can actually reduce a coin's value. For dirty 1983 20p, it's often best to leave it as is, storing it in a dry, safe environment to prevent further damage. The United Kingdom 20p from 1983 is more than just a small silver coin, it's a piece of British history. Even in dirty or heavily circulated condition, it captures a unique moment in the early years of decimal currency and holds a special place for collectors. While its market value in poor condition may not rival pristine coins, its historical significance, potential for discovering rare variations, and aesthetic appeal make it a fascinating addition to any collection. Thank you for joining us on this detailed exploration of the 1983 20p coin. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more in-depth videos on rare and valuable coins from the United Kingdom and beyond.